trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see the number 8 seed in this playoff, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Arizona Wildcats. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Getting set up. It's a first down play. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense because the linebackers are scraping and doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
After the first down loss, it's second and long from the 22. The pass rush closing in. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. Running back has it on the screen now. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down. The Rebels will have to punt this one away. He's on to boot it away now. The returner is brought down. Gets us started on the next drive. First down here for this offense. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers. And don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looking right, this one caught. The ball is loose. The ball bounces out of bounds, so the offense will hold on to possession.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. You can almost feel a collective sigh of relief coming from the offensive sideline as that ball rolled out of bounds. The offense catches a break. One more awkward bounce. That ball maybe stays in bounds, and the defense has a recovery.
The sack on 1st down. It's 2nd down. They'll hand it off. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
It's 3rd down after that run. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Fires it on the move. Oh, that one's picked off.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender who throws the interception.
Gonna run it. It's White. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Looking downfield, it's Simmons. Lets it go quickly. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. And they finally go down, but it's a first down and much more. Great game in the play.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield at the 48.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Tight end goes in motion before the snap. Handoff here from the shotgun. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle is finally made, but an explosive gain. They'll move it down to the 23-yard line.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job. You can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Makes a quick catch. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
The defense is so caught up in this guy running the football on this drive, they forgot to defend him coming out of the backfield. Nice positive play here.
On the run, it's Jones. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
To throw, it's Simmons. The pocket breaking down. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
Keeping it on the ground here. He shreds the tackle. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's fourth down coming up. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. And the field goal is good. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hunter. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's looking deep here. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Tight end goes in motion. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. On the run here, lets it go. Makes a quick grab. Tackle made after a big gain. So a positive play, Kirk, with the crossing route. This is the defensive communication the coaches were worried about in this game.
Yeah, it really is a challenge in this call. When the offense goes with that deep crosser, that defense has to do a good job of communicating, really keeping their head on a swivel to understand who's coming into their zone. That time they just lost the receiver and they gave up a big gain.
The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. See what that's about. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And they finally make the stop, but that's a huge gain in the scramble. He found some space and just went for it.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
They'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for a running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
And the point after is right down the middle. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. They moved it last time, but settled for a chip shot, looking to find the end zone this time. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
This offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
The defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
Bringing it back, it's Hunter. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Arizona offense back out on the field. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. Now it's 2nd down here.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the back.
There's a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Looked like a total bust there. Easy pitch and catch like you'd see in a Tuesday practice.
Yeah, that quarterback's eyes must have lit up on that play because you've got one of your players way downfield without any defender around him.
Now the all-important extra point. The PAT is good, so it's a 14-3 lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. powerful Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. And looking for a big play here. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Breaks clear, end zone ahead. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Made the defense look slow that time.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And the point after is good. Bringing it out, it's Hunter. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. And the single back takes the handoff. They'll tackle him at the 27.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense take. Are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Trying to extend the play. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. And looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Physical run earns the first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Touchdown, Wildcats. Still no answer for this offensive machine.
The key to me in this is the quarterback gets the ball out of his hands early. Allows the receiver to run underneath that deep ball on that post route for a beautiful touchdown.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. Time is running out before halftime to cut into this now 2-possession lead. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 25. What's the call going to be? And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. Check this out. The offense still on the field, going for it inside their own 30. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Running out of time in the pocket. And he's brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense.
Now, the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still has got to take off or try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Tries to get to the marker with his legs, but comes up a little short on the scramble.
For the defense trying to get after this quarterback, I love the concept. I love the idea. Here, they don't give up the big play. They prevent him from getting out and picking up huge yards.
end zone.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
And the Rebels offense back out on the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And the protection breaks down yet again, another sack.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
Second down now after the sack. Looking to pass. It's Simmons. Lofting it toward the left sideline. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
Okay, so the Arizona offense heads back out of the field now. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone. On the junior gets home, making a sack there. This big guy's up front will have to regroup now. It's 2nd and 14. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the...
The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Really nice job of mixing up the looks here by this defense. Sometimes man, sometimes zone. They fool the quarterback here completely, and he throws the pick.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. First down. Looking to throw the football. Looking for the wideout. Goes a fastball, but it's intercepted. And they tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
Well, your best players... in these kind of moments, and that's what happened right here with this defensive back. The offense in a tie game in the red zone, looking at points, and instead, the defense with the interception in a tie game, their offense now has the ball.
And it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. So no return here. He takes in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Just time enough for one more play in the half. Ball handed off. Breaking free at the 35. They make the tackle as time expires. That'll do it for the first half. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Rebels will kick it deep to begin the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hunter. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. Here comes the Arizona offense back out on the field. Trying to build in a positive first half for this offense. Let's see if they can stretch the lead. There's some urgency on the part of the defense to stop the bleeding here.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
The gain makes it 2nd and medium. Movement here from the tight end. The shotgun handoff here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down now.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap, he turns around, he flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction, where they want to run the ball. Because if they can do that, you get the result that you want just like this. If you don't, oftentimes the play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. On the ground, it's Jones. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Breaking free at the 35. Tackle is finally made, but an explosive gain. They'll move it down to the 23-yard line. The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. Play action here on first down. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying the lead.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain. Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. On third down, he drops to throw. Running back grabs it on a screen. On the screen, doesn't produce a first down. Good work by the defense. Now it's fourth down. The offense trailing here in the second half. This is a crucial fourth down try. In the red area, it's Jones. Oh, they've stopped him short. What a fourth down play, and they will take over on downs now.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Just much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
Looking for a deep completion. And he is wide open for a huge gain. Finally brought down to the 20-yard line. A huge gain puts him in great scoring position. After that huge play, this offense is now in scoring position. They moved into the red zone quickly.
Boy, Chris, you wonder what the next play will be for this offensive coordinator. Anytime you hit a big play like that, you get into the red zone, there's a tendency to want to go after the jugular, use that momentum to your advantage. Let's see what they call right here. Oh, the read option here. The quarterback keeps it. I thought he was going to get out and maybe take this downfield for big yards. The defense very fortunate to keep him to a shorter game.
And now the handoff. Will he score here? Couldn't quite get in. Tackled down at the 2-yard line. Excellent run.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time run.
Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Arizona. So the offense flexing here, Kirk, and stretching their lead here in the second half.
Yeah, that touchdown gives you a little bit more breathing room, but now it's up to your own defense to help preserve that lead so you can go back out and build onto it in the second half.
And the extra point makes it a 3-touchdown lead. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. The last time they went forward on fourth down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounced back here. It's a short completion to the tight end. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
This is why running the football is so important. You run the ball and you don't play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
One play moves the ball to the 44, and it'll be first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Intercepted in the end zone. Not much on the return, but the defense comes up with a takeaway.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoffs. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Okay, so the Arizona offense heads back out of the field now. They were up double digits at halftime, and they're just continuing to roll, building in the lead here in the second half.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the wideout goes in motion. QB decides to keep it here. That's a solid gain, moves the ball to the 29.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, you're going to have to keep your eye on that defensive end. If he collapses down inside to the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself as a quarterback to the outside. Now, if he stays outside, you're going to go ahead and leave it in the running back's belly. In this case, he pulled it and got some good yards himself.
And the punt team now on to kick it away. Looking to flip the field here. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. And the delay of game penalty will push the offense back 5. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Looking to pass. It's Howard. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Now here comes the bunch formation. Look to throw it here on second down. Look at this. He'll go deep again. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here. Down multiple scores. Here's the snap. Looking to throw. Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial takeaway. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Oh, and he doesn't hang on. Looks like it was deflected before it got to him. That'll bring up second down.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
Time for one more play here in the quarter. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Defense stops him short of the first down marker, and that'll do it for the third quarter of play. first play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The defense swarms to make a tackle for loss on that third down catch. So they're short on fourth down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. He was successful with his first attempt. This one is from 35 yards out. And the kick is good. Offense settles for 3 on the drive. And they add to their lead. Set for the kickoff here after adding to this big lead. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the powerful Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. The fumble the last time out symbolizing their struggles here today. That's why they're in a big hole. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7. Dropping back. It's Howard. Looking for his big tight end. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. They've got him, but not before he makes a first down at the 41.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's 2nd down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge game, but he could not collect it.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
Grab down the middle. It's White.
Man, Chris, when you're down by a couple of scores late in a game like this, you need to find matchups where you can get the ball thrown downfield. Here it's a completion, but it doesn't get them very much. Now they've got a 4th down play coming up.
Close to the tight end. And he finds his target. He has the first. Heads out of bounds after a solid game, more than enough to pick up a first down. And the Rebels looking to keep this drive moving. Looking to chuck it again. Throws it to the right. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And the QB will try again on 2nd and 10. The pass is intercepted. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Brought down after a short return at the 20 to snuff out the scoring threat in the red zone.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And he's looking to make a big play downfield. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
He's looking for that deep completion. I love the chunk play. I love the idea of being aggressive. They just come up empty.
2nd down after that previous play. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Looking to scramble. Looks like he's going to run it. He called his own number, and the freshman QB keeps this drive moving.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
Solid game, moves the ball to the 43.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Caught in the backfield. It's Hunter. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down.
Well, this is why they want to get his hands on the football as often as possible. We always know about his ability to make plays downfield, but here they just get it to him quick on the wide receiver screen. He shakes the tackle and picks up nice yards.
And they stop him, I think, short of the first down. here on 4th down to keep this drive alive. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going. Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
That's the mark of a well-coached team. These guys don't even pay attention to the score. They're just out there executing and churning up yards. Good, solid run there. As this clock continues to wind down, this offense has had a great day.
They give it to the receiver on a jet sweep. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Here's the second down play. Tailback takes the handoff again. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
Just another example of this offense, Chris, doing pretty much whatever they want to do. They've been able to run the football. Offensive lines held their own in pass protection. Quarterbacks had an outstanding day. You add all that up, it's a big reason why they're up by such a wide margin.
Quick spin on the run. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now. Arizona now operating in the red zone. Of course, in the playoffs,